Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Hades 2. We're going to be running some Chaos Trials today. Starting with the Trial of Precarity, use frightful explosive power in the wrath of the god of light Apollo as you put the risen dead to rest in the city of Ephyra. We're going to be running City of Ephyra with Aspect of Medea and the Experimental Hammer.
Next trial coming up.
Figured I'd go for a shorter run today just because it's kind of late at night and I'm pretty tired.
This is a trial of destruction, so please see what you can do.
I'm also just down an eye like usual.
The surface used to be more pleasant, but ever since the siege, Uncle Poseidon has been going all out with quakes and cataclysms in response, stirring up the land like it's his mixing bowl.
Alrighty, so we aren't starting with much. Casts are larger until they expire. Casts do big AoE. And easy shot. Piercing, so basically it wants us to build Omega cast from the looks of it. But when you're offered Nova Strike on Aspect of Medea, you don't ask questions. You just take an epic Nova Strike here. Vow of Hubris. That, oh, okay, we have the Vow of Hubris, which causes us to, I believe, lose max magic when we prime. Or it makes us prime max magic whenever we take a higher than common tier boon, if I recall correctly.
I think not.
As much as I relished our victory over Typhon, to have finally met you meant the world to me, Flower. Forgive that I am not known for my cheer, especially as of late. And may we see each other again.
Alrighty, and she gives us nothing of particular interest. Arctic Ring is cool, but probably won't scale well with the intent of this build. So I'll just take or rather Arctic Ring. So I'll take Arctic Gale here, just to help get Origination going. Assuming we even have Origination here, which we may not. Anyway, Poseidon. I mean, of these casts, I'm never going to say no to a Hestia cast, so I think I'll take Smoldering here, go for the hammer, the HP. More Apollo is never a bad option here too, so okay, let's go for the HP first, because I don't really need much in the way of damage. We already got plenty of damage here. Anyway, so yeah, I'm rather tired, and it's kind of late at night, so I figured I'll just keep it simple and go to bed. Have a nice, like, calm, simple run that I can then not have to commit an hour to recording for, you know? Kiwi is writing notes on Witch Hat Atelier chapters that we've read together recently. It's really cool, Kiwi, that you've been kind of keeping notes on the things you've been reading. I wish I just had the commitment level to do that. I burn out on journaling so quickly, and it eventually becomes a point where it takes a bit out of me. I mean, it's almost kind of like the recording sometimes, where if like I do too much at once, I get very tired of it, or I get distracted from it and move on to something else for a bit.
Captain of Foresight slipped his chains and fights against us now. A pity that. Been on the outs with us ever since we caught him red-handed with my flames. Stole fire for the sake of mortal kind. Could have just asked me nice.
I think the recordings work much better for, okay, of course we did not get her cast, so I guess I'll take her special. We'll be spamming it enough, we'll apply Scorch. But yeah, I'm not good at doing things consistently for extended periods of times, and even when I am, it's just... Recording works way better than writing for me because I think I can put things into words better than I can put things onto paper. Most of the time when I write something well written in paper, I have to say it out loud first just to kind of process what I want it to sound like. It's weird. I process words better by saying them out loud than by thinking them, I suppose, or writing them out. Not always the case. There are definitely things that I think I write better than I speak. I guess it very much depends on my familiarity and my comfort on the topic, I suppose.
Damn it.
But for tonight, we're going to keep it simple, we're going to keep it short, and I'm going to be happy with that. Melting Break, your special does 600 additional armor, damage to armor. Doesn't really fit the build that we're running here, but I think it's for the best that we just kind of meet our prophecies. Anyway, what am I going to talk about today? So I'm going to briefly talk on it, but I feel like this is definitely going to be better for a longer episode, but I can at least start getting excited about it here. Construction level 120 cap has been announced for RuneScape 3, and Kiwi, for the longest time, construction was my objective favorite skill in all of RuneScape. Now I would say that that title definitely for both RuneScape 3 and Old School belongs to farming. I think for both of us, we both just really enjoy farming. We love farming sim, so it makes sense that that would also extend itself to actual RuneScape gameplay too. But there's just something so cozy about planting your crops and watching them, well, watching them grow, I suppose, but you don't really watch them grow in RuneScape. More so, it's just, it's so pleasant to just plant things and then go on a farm run. Herb runs are so profitable, and it's very satisfying in that regard. For me, I don't know, I genuinely love herb runs as just kind of a log in for 5 minutes and make a nice little bit of money while just harvesting things. There's something implicitly satisfying to my brain about seeing something that I put a modicum of effort into, and granted, planting crops into farming plots in RuneScape is hardly a ton of effort, mind you, but it feels very satisfying to say, in any capacity, farming sim or RuneScape, to see something you plant bloom into something else. And I guess it's just like seeing a large harvest is just a dopamine rush in and of itself. Selling it to a vendor in a game like Stardew Valley, or to players in RuneScape, kind of the same ideal. Just getting slowly accumulating a large quantity of one thing, then selling it all off and seeing how much profit you can make from it. It feels implicitly satisfying to me. No, there's just, I like watching things grow in real life and in video games, I suppose. So there's a dopamine rush of knowing that I have planted something and it's going to grow into something bigger that I can put to either practical use or distribute to others. They're just so, I'd have to examine it closer to kind of assess why I like it so much.
This latest war shall not be easily surpassed, admittedly in part because we gods were at the center of it. But I trust another shall exceed it at some point. One always does.
Alrighty. Wow, we did not get a single cast for a build that is kind of supposed to be cast focused, I suppose. Oh well. Mutual destruction it is. Crit chance is funny. May as well take these bonus chambers. We're almost done anyway. Wasn't expecting to see Hermes here. I'd probably hold out for the boon in the pre-boss shop though. You got Herms? Anything? Yeah, I don't care. But anyway, bit of a tangent there, but the point being, Construction, my former favorite school of RuneScape, is now coming out with a expansion in RuneScape 3 specifically. So just for your reference, Kiwi, if I say RuneScape, I'm probably referring to RuneScape 3 specifically. I will use those interchangeably, but usually for old school RuneScape, I will refer to it as old school rather than RuneScape. So just a bit of clarification in case the terminology gets crossed, and sometimes I will still use it interchangeably, so forgive me for that, but I'll try and be as consistent as I can afford to be with my capabilities. Okay, good, we finally got a cast. There we go. We have next to no max magic anymore because everything's gone primed with the Vow of Hubris.
Going anyways. No ship that sails from the docks back there is gonna take the likes of you. Come to think of it, lately we've had no ships at all.
I have magic that makes me teleport.
The deathless fleet of Kronos is still out there in the waters of the Rift. Apparently, when one ship sinks, another rises to replace it from the depths.
Your poor hind leg. The dead can sail nowadays? I thought they were no good for anything but food. Might have to teach them to take on some of my household chores.
That would be funny if he actually like befriended the dead and got them to do his dirty work for him. I'm really afraid of this Hermes, or this Icarus boon that is making our cast explode, because it does do damage to us, mind you. So like, I have to be very mindful about when and where I dash in. That said, we are running Aspect of Medea, which just does so much damage. I should probably just play this the way it's supposed to be, just go back and forth X and Y. Not that it really matters. That was a pretty slow Aethera, but we're just here for casual fun.
Sleep well, Cyclops.
Return to Shadow now?
How about now? Now? 3, 2. Nope, I missed it. Oh well.
Return to Shadow now.
You may go no further. That is all part of the trial.
I do wish the Chaos Trials would let you run a little bit longer. Like a full run with Chaos Trial mechanics would be really fun.
Trial complete.
I'm sad that they're
What's that?
localized to single zones or whatever regions, I think they're called. All right, next up, Trial of Heartache. Sail to the glory of the love goddess Aphrodite watching over you as you fend aside the Armada in the Rift of Thessaly. So Rift of Thessaly, Aspect of Eos, and the Beautiful Mirror.
I was born for this.
I was born for this.
Already come this far?
Alrighty, let's...
It's well accustomed to being observed.
Yeah, I suppose that's true, Chaos. Anyway, so I don't know much about what they're going to do with this cap. I've kind of kept it as a I don't know until I know sort of thing. Like I'm avoiding spoilers because I really why do I like Construction so much? I think part of it was I just have a big dopamine rush in RuneScape when a lot of their skills have very slow experience rates, and then Construction came out and had a ridiculously powerful experience rate relative to most other skills.
Sailing can be so romantic, but the mood tonight is definitely off. How did you even get so far so soon? Well, even if we're not feeling our best, we can still look our best.
Like, I think that's probably part of where it stemmed from, was just back in the day, an experience rate of 100,000 an hour felt pretty monumental. And then you would have...
Beautiful.
And then you would end up getting Construction coming out, which had experience rates of easily 200,000 to 400,000 experience an hour, which just was mind-boggling to someone who at that point had only had skills that were even the fastest skills were probably like in the 200 to 300k range at best. And usually for that level of experience rate, you need to spend a lot of money, which Construction was iterated, was put into the game as a money sink, to be clear. Like, it was intentionally meant to take a ton of money to fully see it come to fruition.
On my authority.
But beyond that, I mean, I've always enjoyed the notion of building your own living space, especially in video games. Obviously, I don't think I have the skills or the mental or the technical know-how on how to do it any other way. Oh, I just noticed our max HP is extremely low. I should probably go for some of these HP ups. I think this is meant to be kind of the challenge of the trial, is you either pick damage or you take survivability. Nervous Wreck, whenever you inflict a weak, it inflicts 3 other curses. It's such an incredibly powerful legendary. My gosh, Aphrodite's legendary is so strong. So it gives you origination for free just by applying weak. But then all of the curses in this game are really, really busted. Well, okay, maybe not all of them, but pretty much the majority of them. And the fact that you're applying 3 of them all at once makes you feel very strong. I feel like I'm gonna go for the challenge of this trial, knowing full well it could cost me the run. If it does, we just run it back and try again. But I feel like only Eris is gonna be the thing that kills us here, because we are pretty reliably healing here.
Sigil.
Looks like we do have the Aphrodite buff that makes us heal as long as we're above a certain threshold too. Yeah, healthy rebound as long as we're above 60%, which isn't a lot, all things considered, but... Alright, I guess it's also the risk-reward system of how Aphrodite's boons work. We need to be close up to get the damage buff, which does definitely make this a bit scarier, but now that we have our legendary, we're so set. Like, in terms of damage, we've got plenty. And especially if our curse, especially if we accidentally apply Freeze from Demeter as our curse, enemies are just gonna get locked in place and can't do anything. Not sure what's gonna happen here. We have every buff, every boon that Aphrodite can offer, so I'm very curious about what's gonna happen here. I do have to be very careful. This is the mini boss that can absolutely ruin our day if I'm not careful. Just need to make sure I time my dodges carefully and not stand still for very long. And now that we've got the armor down, it's just dead. Cool. All right, what do we get here?
May this be your final voyage for a while.
Okay, just going. Shared wealth, gain 90 HP, 90 coin, with which to later pick out something you'd like. Okay.
This feeling, oh.
This feels like it's going to be the mid shop. It very well could be the end shop, but I mean, if I see an Aphrodite boon, I don't think I take it. Yeah, we're at the mid shop here. So we are at max capacity for boons. I wonder, do you get money back for this? I think this is going to be a net loss, but I'm going to do it just out of curiosity. Well, we got one of Charon's calling cards, so I guess it's worth it. We definitely lost money, but if we think about it, the cost of one of those calling cards from the Tartarus shop is usually 600 coins, so we just bought one for 90-ish coin. So I'd say it's worth it. We'll just go for HP now, because there's no reason not to. I guess they really did balance this on the assumption that you would take some HP, because you definitely would run out of Aphrodite boons. A shame there isn't a second god here to just double up on, or get some duos going. I would love to see Poseidon's duo with Aphrodite, so you can easily get you can have the weak afflicted damage, or the buffs. Aphrodite's boons require you to be close up to deal their full damage. And Poseidon's duo with her makes it so that you can be considered close up even when you're not.
I bid you shine for me again tonight.
Among the children of Nyx, Charon has always been one of the most reserved. The kinship that you have with him is not a commonplace occurrence, little star.
All right, what do we get? Wolf Howl? Sure. We're gonna be burning through magic pretty quickly. And we'll take the bones for funsies too. All right. So we don't have a lot of HP against Eris.
Oh, you almost beat me here tonight, Trouble. You're way ahead of schedule. Although, what am I saying? Schedule? What's happening to me?
Yeah, I guess when you are the aspect of strife, you don't want a schedule, you don't want an itinerary, you want to do everything chaotically.
If you're feeling a little out of sorts this evening, perhaps it's simply because primordial chaos is exerting influence over reality as we know it.
Oh, right, that makes sense. Chaos made everything. But you know what? Now we can make some chaos too.
That's my Eris, alright. Yeah, baseline Eris is super easy to deal with, you just have to stay behind her at all times. Have a woof! Oh, well, I tried, I swear.
Now it's my turn.
Oh, wow, I'm lucky that didn't hit me. I was absolutely dashing right into it for a second there. Oh my goodness, she can two-shot us. Okay, I've got to be careful about that. That was... Ooh, that's actually very spooky. Nope, don't get hit by this. All right, we just got to stay behind her at all times and not get hit by her big booms. Which, in my defense, I had no reason to get hit for. Gosh, where is she? Oh no! Alright, we're just gonna stay back here for a second until she comes to us. Have this block her projectiles. Comes to us. Oh, there are her big bombs. Oh no. No. Whoa. Where are you, Eris? No. That was spooky. Okay, that was very spooky. Whew.
I just got here.
Whew, okay, well, it's a good thing we got those 2 HP ups when we did.
A narrow victory, but still.
Yes, a victory nonetheless. Ooh!
I did as Chaos asked. Sting away.
I was gonna catch my breath for a second. That was definitely a spooky boss fight. Oof.
I've observed all that I wish for now.
Alrighty, it looks like we've got enough time for one more trial before I probably call it an episode. So let's see what our final...
Chaos trial, check.
Hey, Skelly's out. Gillimeus, where are you today? Alright, final trial. The trial... Looks like we're almost through all the trials that we have access to. Trial of Glory. Use the underworld's secret strength to dispose of the rabble that dares stand against the Mountain of the Gods. Mount Olympus, aspect of Melinoe, and Iridescent Fan. Okay, so we're doing a Hera run.
The pitch black stone transported me.
My gosh, aspect of Mel makes you run so fast. Oh, so we already have to pick between Zeus and Hera.
Understands the bonds we share.
Launcher frame, your attack strike foes, special has a chance to hit, attack deals more damage to armor. Fully charged Omega attack does a lot more damage. While none of my boons are common, deal more damage. We already have a bunch of common boons, so I guess they want us to go for Hera to get her infusion, I presume. Pitch effects last longer, your Omega moves create fine line. Oh, so we have her attack, so we want Zeus's special here for sure. I think Zeus's special would be really strong, or we go Hera for her common enhancing boon. I think it's too good to pass up. If we get Blitz on our special, we'll be really strong here. Or we go a cast build, honestly, because then we could, in theory, if we went the route of a cast build, we have Storm Ring, and then we get King's Ransom, and it would do so much damage because of all the levels from the Hera boons we start with. Anyway, I have tangented off the core of my conversation piece for a while, a fair bit now. Let's go back to the focus. What do I love about construction? So, like I said, I really enjoyed the idea of just being able to build up a house in any game.
Well, goddesses and gods all know each other, do you not? If you could please notify Nyx's pest of a daughter Eris that she has no permission to fly within our borders, we would be mightily obliged.
Sorry, Zeus. Eris goes where she pleases. And we get your lowest tier special. Thanks for that, Zeus. I'll still take it because Blitz is Blitz, but, you know.
Moon awakened.
And now we just take all of the Hera boons, I guess. Wait. Why did that just activate? Oh, maybe we just needed one more boon to activate it? I'm not sure. Maybe we had the infusion already, or... I'll have to look at it in a second once we clear here. Anyway. So, I think one of the things I really appreciate about in RuneScape is there's a lot of choice for how you design your house, but it's relatively streamlined for the... There is choice, but there's not a lot of choice, I suppose.
I see that my distinguished husband has already been in touch. Well, just in case he doesn't make the sparks fly in quite the manner you expect, I have something for you of my own.
What do we got? Queen's Ransom. Honestly, pretty fun idea, but what was it that was giving us... What made all of our things rarefy? Proper upbringing, there we go. Yeah, I just needed the one Zeus boon to rarefy everything, that's what it was. Yeah, it was a good thing we took Zeus, and now we can have the excuse of Queen's Ransom? I think I probably take this, honestly, because... I think it's just too good not to. Yeah, we'll take it.
The elements escape.
Sacrifices must be made.
Oh, we're just gonna be are we just alternating between these two for ransoms? That's funny. Yeah, it looks like they've programmed this one to alternate between Hera and Zeus. Okay, that's cute. That is cute.
Ready, Kassim?
Anyway, so I to be clear, RuneScape has the way construction works in RuneScape is you have preset runes that you can select, the rooms that you can select to build. You have a finite number of rooms that you can build at a time, limited by your construction level, and every set number of construction levels you can build more and more rooms in your house. And then on top of that, we'll take the mini boss Zeus here. I want a special back if I can get it. And so within those rooms there are hot spots where you can build various oh my goodness, this boss is melting us. Why am I taking so much damage here? I think we have to play a little safe here. Already lost half my health. Sheesh. Prometheus is going to be a bit of a problem here. Anyway, so you have finite number of rooms. You have presets for what those rooms have, and the nodes that you can build within them. So, for example, the kitchen has a spot for a range, a sink, some shelves where you can gather certain things from, and a larder that has kind of pre-existing food items in it as well. And then, by comparison, a dining room just has rooms for sitting and a table that you can put things on. And the table spot, for example, can be one of, say, 4 different options. It's more than that, but that's the basic idea. There are 4 options of what you can build that scale with your level and the resources that you can use based on your level. In baseline RuneScape's construction system, it is normal logs, oak logs, teak logs, and mahogany logs that you can use to craft different tiers of wood, mahogany being the highest tier and the most aesthetically, cosmetically appealing in most situations. And then on top of that, you can also acquire fancier materials that kind of combo typically with mahogany, sometimes with teak, to make even fancier things from there. For example, gold trim and marble blocks.
Queen Hera.
And so you get the option of making...
Our bond renewed.
You have a finite number of things that you can build in the house, to be clear. But in doing so, you do get some degree of choice, especially for the gardens. The garden rooms have a bunch of different plants you can grow. The types of plants are dictated by the nodes still, but within those, there are obviously, like, this is the high-level option, but not the aesthetically maximized option, I suppose, meaning, like, the gardens are way more subject to preference than the higher tier options within the nodes of other things. So, like, for example, in the kitchen, you always want the highest tier of shelves or larder because they provide the best resources from those nodes. So basically, if something you can build serves as having a function, you always want to go the highest tier. If it serves for just cosmetics, then it's more forgiving in terms of what you choose to build. But that is kind of the nuance of how you play this, I suppose. But I think the intent now is to definitely have like a maximum level sort of something in your house, but also having more aesthetic choices to personalize your house a bit more. And I'm really excited for that, because otherwise really the only thing you really got to personalize in RuneScape 3 for construction was your dungeon. And even then it was pretty finite in what options you could have. There were only like 3 or 4 options for the dungeon entrance, the trap rooms and the hallways, and then guardian rooms that had like treasure rewards that you could get if you beat the boss guarding that room. And I remember, like, this was where it was most obvious that construction was meant to be a gold sink, was in the fact that when you built those treasure rooms, the guardians that you could build were almost entirely dependent on just coin, and it cost 10 million gold to put a iron dragon or a steel dragon as one of your guardians. And 10 million gold was no small amount, mind you, especially back then. Now, I guess it's a little bit more accessible, especially in RuneScape 3. By RuneScape 3 standards,
I harbored such hatred for the Titan Kronos, for all that he had done, for all he put you through. Yet now he himself is working to undo the harm he caused. Such power you possess, to have brought about such change.
Like, effectively, 10 million RuneScape 3 gold right now is something that I could probably earn in about honestly 1, maybe 2 hours if I'm really doing something really slow in AFK. But it is extremely easy to make money in RuneScape 3 nowadays.
No sign of your big friend. It seems you'll have to contend with me on your own, since I'm ignoring your bird.
Don't ignore the bird.
My big friend, as you call him, answers to a higher power. And I know that you know what it is. You wish to face the two of us again. You know precisely how.
Is it love? Does your bird answer to love? Heracles is going to be very jealous if that's the case. Actually,
why would I possibly wish to go through that again? You're enough on your own without also having to evade a club twice my size.
Oh, it is love. She's alluding to the love triangle between Bird, Prometheus, and Heracles.
You're eager to please, to do that which you're called upon to do. That's why you're here, and that's why Heracles shall be here again not very long from now.
And it's not because you guys want to make kissy noises when no one's looking.
Right, let's go.
I swear I was trying to charge up my Omega attack there so I wouldn't take the hit. Oh well. We're just gonna avoid these. Honestly, most of my damage that I'm taking is because I am locked into using my attack here and I'm not dodging or charging up Omega attack to block hits. 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 2. Kind of missed the all of the curses applied at once from Aphrodite. That legendary is just so much fun to play with every time I get it. Oh, well, we can afford maybe 2 more hits. Okay, not great. I think I definitely play it safe and just focus on special here so that I don't die. Oh, well, we're still 1 hit from death, so we're okay. As long as I don't get hit by this part. 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. So 2, 1, 2, 3, and I think 2? Okay, I had to play a little. You actually really can't cheese it that way. There's not enough time. It comes out too fast. Which is fair, you know. I don't think someone should be allowed to cheese it that way, but... Oh, there you are. I didn't see where you are, sir. Okay, so we are 1 hit from death here. I need to be particularly careful of this move here. Oh, we had a Death Defiance. Oh. I am so used to running Strength Guard, I forgot I had Death Defiance. No wonder we're taking so much damage. My goodness. The damage balancing based on the fact that you do not have Strength Guard is disgusting. Wow. Alright, so I don't really actually have to care too much about this, although maybe I have to care a little bit. We just took a lot of damage. I mean, if you're just gonna let us take... Maybe I should play a little bit smarter. I think we're good. Just keep Blitz popping and we're good.
I foresaw your trickery, yet still could not prevent it. No matter what I tried, I did what needed to be done.
Okay, so forgive me if my analysis of why I love construction is a bit
Saw that coming.
short and unfocused. I have had a long day of not much, but my brain is tired. I just really wanted to record something at least once tonight.
Return to Shadow now.
Tomorrow I will be brighter, more energetic,
Reality is clearer to me now.
and hopefully a little bit more better spoken than I am presently, and that'll give me the chance to really kind of dig into the memories I have around RuneScape and construction. So look forward to it in the next episode, Kiwi.
Less talking, more clocking, kiddo. Give it to me here.
I love your rhyming, Skelly.
Commander.
Anyway, Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I'm not going to use soup pie. Let's go for Aspect of Mel, sure.
Ignium. We're forged together in flame.
Now we have a 10% crit chance. That sounds pretty strong. I'll have to figure out who would be good for that. Honestly, I'm feeling a Popo run. I want a Popo run.
Should work.
All right, Kiwi. So with all that said, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you are awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. If you are sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I look forward to a little bit more Hades 2 with you in the near future, and look forward to my ramble about my fondness for the construction skill in RuneScape, both old school and RuneScape 3, in the next one. Until then, sleep well.